the 1987 National League Championship Series. Tonight from Busch Memorial Stadium, the San Francisco Giants versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Fractured the right foot of Danny Cox. Pitching on 2 days rest. He's done that twice this year, and he won both times. In fact, the clincher against Montreal was on 3 days rest. Ground ball to Tommy Hurd. One down. In checking his past performances, coming back on 3 days rest.
Whitey Herzog won it out there for Game 7.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's looped right at Ozzie. So Mitchell is jammed, 2 down. And now everybody's attention on Jeffrey Leonard. Line to tonight's telecast, the San Francisco Giant employees are watching the game in Candlestick Park. That's a change banged into left field for a base hit. A 74-mile-an-hour straight change, and Leonard singles, and the batter will be Will Clark. Hitting Chili Davis. Leonard held on by Lindemann, and there's a chopper right to Lindemann. He's on the bag. No runs, 1 hit, and a man left. And at the end of half an inning, the Giants nothing. Cardinals coming up. Most of them, almost all of them, at Candlestick. His record on the road, 2-2. And that's hit to center. Coming up for it is Chili Davis, and has to make it on a bounce. Vince Coleman's first hit right-handed in the series. 2-0. There he goes, and there's a ground ball to Spire. He has to go to first. So they play hit and run, but with Coleman going, it takes the Giants out of the possible double play.
It looked like he had such a big jump.
1-1 to Tommy Hurd. Again, a fake. They've got him picked off.
He was stealing.
Spire now releasing to Mitchell. Mitchell to Uribe. So Vince Coleman is picked off. 1, 4, 5, 6. And you have 2 down in the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Busted bat, ground ball to short. Uribe with time takes care of it, and that's that. A base hit and nobody left, and at the end of an inning, a frustrated Vince Coleman going back to work. No score. Friendly, and then Chris Spire. Second inning, no score. Fastball, a comeback. 1 down.
They'll not be able to pull that ball, Vin. It's a good sink on that outside part of the plate. He's going to have to go with it. If they do that, it'll be ground.
Breaking ball got him. So after 2 good fastballs, here comes Uncle Charlie, and down goes Brenly.
And in such a spot that you're not too sure it's in the strike zone, but it's too close to take.
A 3-time All-Star back in the early 70s. Fastball hit to Ozzie. So the Giants go quietly, and at the end of an inning and a half, no score.
Right out of Star Wars.
1-2 the count to Jim Lindemann. Chased it. Strikeout number 1 for Atlee Hammaker. 1 away. Take another look.
That's the kind of pitch you make when you have 2 strikes.
Will be the All-Star manager next July. 2-2. And that's banged into center. Base hit. So 2 right-hand hitters who had. And there's a ground ball into right field. Base hit. Penland is being waved to third. The throw is not in time. Giants halfway on the right side. Double play on the left. Ground ball to the hole. Wound up pitching that magnificent relief job at Candlestick Park. 1-2. And it gets away from Brenly, and the runners move up.
That's the one thing the Cardinals can do is
to improve his control. 3-2 the count. A drive into deep left field. Back goes Leonard. Gone. That'll do it for Danny Cox. Not that he much cares. 2 out. It is 4-0 St. Louis. Hammaker is due to bat second when the Giants bat in the third. And he winds up striking out the side. Only the world will not remember it. At the end of 2, Cardinals 4, Giants nothing. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Muscle pull in the thigh, had it wrapped, and he's back at his position at third base. And that's slapped into left field, and Uribe, a line single to left to try and get something going. Alive with the bat tonight. It points up the fact that the Giants have been dead in the water, but there's a line drive single to right to put runners at first and second, and nobody out. The Giants have not scored in their last 15 innings. So back-to-back singles. Ground ball to Lindemann. He goes to Ozzie Smith. Back to Cox. Double play. At the end of 2.5, 4-0 St. Louis. Joe Price, the 10th man on the Giant pitching staff, who was so magnificent, and now comes in with his club down to the Cardinals 4-0. And Ozzie greets him with a drive into left, base hit. Leonard trying to cut it off, and Ozzie will hold on.
Oh, tremendous play by Jeff Leonard. He holds him to a single, much like Vince Coleman, and with a great throw, I mean, all the way on the fly.
1 ball and 2 strikes. So down goes Tommy Herr. That was a strange inning in the second inning. Atlee Hammaker gives up 4 runs and 4 hits while striking out the side. And that's hit to straightaway center. Chili Davis right there. Ozzie's going to tag and hold on. Good throw coming into Spire. 2 down in the third inning. Least likely quarter. Jose Oquendo. That's hit to center. Chili Davis coming up. Base hit. And when the ball is bobbled, Ozzie's going to third to throw. He's in there. Down to second goes Lawless. Come the 25th of October, the mainstay of the Giant rotation in the first half. 0-1. Fastball hit to right field, deep enough. Aldretti going back and makes the catch, and that's that. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And at the end of 3, it remains 4-0 Cardinals. Now here's a look back at a very special Olympic moment.
He's dialing it in.
0-1. Curveball hit right back off Cox's glove, and Leonard will have a base hit. So Leonard trying to answer the crowd the only way a player can, and he's 2 for 2. Comebacker. Cox to Ozzie Smith to Lindemann. picked up 10, and now they're being haunted by that same play tonight. A chopper to the hole. Tommy Herr clubs it out. No runs, no hits, an error, nobody left at the end of 3.5. 4-0 St. Louis. Championship Series. One Cardinal, one Giant. Fly ball into right field. Mike Aldrete is there. Chili Davis coming over. The two players who have failed to see service yet.
Working with him. He's one of the hardest workers he's ever been around.
2-2 the count. And he slaps a one-hopper at Uribe. Oquendo is 5'10" and 160 pounds, but he looks like the Colossus of Rhodes in this game tonight. And he promptly bangs it to center. Base hit. Chili was thinking of throwing to first, but Will Clark was down the line. If Will Clark had raced to the bag, I really think Chili Davis would have tried to throw to first. Both benches intent. It's too early to show too much emotion. Check swing and a roller to the right side to Spire, who takes care of Coleman. So no runs, one hit, a man left at the end of 4-0 St. Louis. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station. The Cardinals scored 4, and the Giants trying to recover. Hit up the middle, hits the mound, and fights its way through into center field. So the leadoff men have tried to come back. Uribe single to open up the third.
Hit out of the park, and Oquendo did.
Least likely award. Fastball and chop to her. He feeds Ozzie, who throws to Lindemann. The third double play.
And what an amazing pivot Ozzie Smith comes up with. He jumps straight in the air.
So 2 down. And a line drive base hit to center. So the Giants have been frustrated tonight by their favorite weapon all year long. The double play bailed them out. The double play got them here. And it would really be ironic if it is the double play that sinks them. 105. He hits one in the air to shallow right. Oquendo is there. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And Ozzie Smith, the man of the moment, as the Cardinals lead 4-0. 10 years as he faces Scott Garrels. For 10 years I've watched Ellie Downs, an inning and a third, 1 hit, and now Scott Garrels. Got him.
Looks like the split finger. Garrels throws it very hard, and that's one of the things that Roger Craig likes about him.
For the Cardinals, at least 1 against. Breaking ball, line, great play by Mitchell. Otherwise, that's down the line. So Lindemann is prevented from joining the club on a great play by Kevin Mitchell.
That's been one of the big.
The hitter is not obligated, of course, to swing at ball 4. Yep, they do. And there's ball 4. The runners at first and second with 2 out. Tony Pena coming up. That's the first base on balls given to the Cardinals tonight. Pena had a big hack, and down he goes. Garrels strikes out 2. The Cardinals leave 2, and at the end of 5, 4-0 St. Louis. Popped in the air and sliced to shallow left. Vince Coleman as the ball drifts. 1 away. That slows up a tendency that was building. A Kibler that the pitch was too low.
And he's thrown nothing but fastballs so far.
1 and 2. And another fastball got him.
And then Kevin Mitchell says something to Kibler.
0-1 to Leonard. Fastball and off the glove of Ozzie, and he catches it.
next time. Well, the next time was that play he made.
Meanwhile, Willie McGee drives it in the alley in left center to the wall. McGee is into second. He's going to hold there. Uribe throws back to second. They got him to Will Clark.
Willie got really lulled into a sense of false security, not realizing that.
All the scoring back in the second inning. And there's ball 4 to Jose Oquendo. Second walk given up by Scott Gurrell. And Danny Cox coming up. Danny Cox struck out and singled. And of course you don't wait. If Gurrell gets into any trouble, Craig will have to make another change. Will Clark throwing to Spire. So the sacrifice works. Oquendo takes second with 2 down. And the batter will be Vince Coleman. And that goes to the screen. And Oquendo will move over to third.
It looked like the split finger, and Brenly just didn't shift on that ball and went off the heel. Here's a look at it.
And he walks him.
And Brenly saves the wild pitch with that one.
Here's another look.
He's got some real jackrabbits on the bases.
2 out, and Coleman's going, and there's no throw. You talk about being impaled on the horns of a dilemma. Bob Brenly had nowhere to go. Ball 4. That's 4 times in the series. The count has gone 3-2 to Ozzie Smith, and he has 3 walks and a single, and that means Roger Craig time. The 5th Giant pitcher making his 3rd appearance in the series. Trouble, charged with 4 runs and 5 hits in 2 innings. Line drive, base hit. In comes Oquendo. In comes Coleman. Smith to third. 6-0 St. Louis. Will Clark is directly behind the bag. On deck, Tom Lawless. High pop fly on the left side, Kevin Mitchell. And the Cardinals put 2 more in the bank. And at the end of 6-0 St. Louis. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. 7 hits for the Cardinals. 3 double plays don't figure in the line score, but boy did it figure prominently in the game. Busted bat and a base hit into right field, and that bat shattered into 3 pieces. The handle at home plate, 2 pieces, then series. 2 ground balls tonight. And hits another ground ball to Dreesen. He'll overhand to Cox covering. So Chili Davis tops out, Clark advancing to second, and Bob Brenly the batter.
The Cardinals have really been getting pretty good pitching.
Brenly struck out and single ground ball to Ozzie. He looks Clark back and throws to Dreesen.
And they're just making it easier for Danny Cox. Chili Davis jumped on the first pitch. Brenly has just hit the first pitch.
3-2. Breaking ball got him. Oh, did he break off a dandy. His 4th strikeout, and at the end of 6 1/2, 6-0 St. Louis. A singled and walked tonight. Lawless has as many hits in the series as he had for the entire season. Down he goes. So Mike LaCosse picks up a strikeout. There's the misspelling.
There it is.
By McGee for a run, and then the 3-run blast by Oquendo. Bang to center, base hit. So Pena is 2 for 4. McGee single flied out and doubled, but was hung out to dry, rounding second. Fly ball to Leonard. Two down in the 7th inning. Pena, and the pitch is dropped as Pena slides in. Brenly had it get away.
That's what we were wondering, only because
we love this cow town. A ball 4 to Akindo. Runners at first and second, and with 2 down, Danny Cox coming up. Cox has a 7-hit shutout working tonight, thanks to 3 ready to go from second. Akindo from first with 2 out. Runners go. And as a ball hit back to Lacoste, who flips to Will Clark. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. And at the end of 7, Cardinals 6, Giants nothing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Popped it up. Dan Dreesen is calling. And the Giants know now, like a ticking clock. The Mets at 85. Number 3 in the LCS against Los Angeles when the Cardinals were down 0-2. Ground ball to Dreesen. And there are 4 outs left. Kept the Cardinals alive. Gave them the opportunity to win tonight. A hot one smothered by Lawless. Throws him out. And the Birds are cooking. In 1984, and as Don Robinson becomes the 7th Giant pitcher, and Vince Coleman is blown away by Don Robinson. 1 out. And outside of Coleman, it wouldn't appear anyone in the stadium cared. 30-some-odd exhibition game. Strike 3 to Ozzie.
And with all those games, they'll still go back, I'm sure, to Game 3.
Game 3, and the fact that with the Cardinals down, Tommy Hurd grounded out, struck out, single twice, and hits it to center. Chili Davis trying to run it down. He's there. And the St. Louis Cardinals, with 3 outs between themselves and Minnesota, go to work in the 9th inning. Three and 2. Line drive over Ozzie into left center for a base hit. Coleman to cut it off, and Kevin Mitchell holding. And here comes Jeffrey one more time. Ground ball to the right side. Tommy Hurd, Ozzie Smith, that's all. As he does a side straddle hop and lands on top of Kevin Mitchell.
He knew Mitchell was going to maybe staple him to that left field wall, so he was going to make 1 out sure.
Cardinal fans, and in direct contrast, a small island of Giant fans sitting downcast by the dugout. Harry Spillman. Three and 1 to Chili Davis. 2 out in the 9th. 6-0 St. Louis. High fly ball to shallow left. Vince Coleman, Minnesota